dear friends from Southasia. This is Mishu Rahman welcoming all of you to another episode of Talk Dhaka. Today we have notched up the glamometer a bit of our show because, as you know, as we're recording this show, all of Bangladesh is preparing for Eid al-Fitr, and right now as we're sitting here in the studio, everybody is busy shopping, and so we thought we might like to talk a little bit about all the hangama around Eid al-Fitr, all the shopping frenzy and all that. So today we have invited on our show a very trendy person who is the editor of Trends, a fashion weekly that comes along with a leading national daily of Bangladesh. So introducing all of you to Ms. Konaka Karim. Hello Konkappa, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Welcome on Talk Dhaka, and as you know that we are going to be talking a lot about fashion. So just to give our South Asian friends a little bit more idea about you, how is it that you started working for Trends? You started the magazine itself, but how did you choose this profession?
It was way back in 2000, in the year of 2000, that my father actually, who was also a journalist, he kind of suggested that I should be doing something, because by then I had my two kids, they were going in school and there was not much to do at home in that sense. And I was also wanting a career. So I loved it when my father used to type on his typewriter at that time. And I had a passion for writing also and reading. So just one fine day I would say that my father suggested that why don't you also try a bit of journalism. That is when I started my career in The Independent. That's also another national newspaper here, daily. And from there I was there for about 5 years. Yeah, around 5 years. After which I joined New Age as the assistant features editor. And that is when we started planning for Trends, and that's how it all started.
Right. So you had none of that Devil Wears Prada trauma going on, right? Did you have like...
No, not
Please,
really.
a very traumatic... Are you an editor like that?
I try not to be. So at times I wouldn't say that I'm not a bit like that, yeah. Because I guess the job demands it at times.
Okay, so how, if people want to be like you, as in they want to run a magazine or they want to have a very, glamorous journalistic career, what would you suggest that they learn or practice? They have to be exposed to a couple of things, I guess, as in they have to be aware of fashion, international vogue.
They have to be aware of fashion, they have to be aware of...
Writing skills, maybe creative
writing. Skills, though, definitely. You have to be creative. You have to have an eye for catching on things that because it's sometimes like, I focus on shops, which is like, say, you don't even have enough space to walk there. But I found the things so interesting that I knew that particular shop, be it on lampshades or on, say, artifacts, I know that shop needs or deserves coverage. So that's when I go there. So yeah, I think little details are something that you need to look out for.
Right, that's a very important point that you touched upon. So do you think that our new entrants in the industry, do you think they're keen to actually do all that legwork, or would they rather have a very glamorous desktop job as in typing and everything? How would you encourage them? What do you think would motivate them?
I would say that we should go all out to promote everything that we have here, because there is a lot. There is a lot that we can actually still explore. There's a lot that has not been touched as well. And I truly feel that with that legwork you can get across there instead of just sitting and concentrating on the big names that we have.
So is it difficult to actually have, to attract people to read an English magazine, or is it easier if you had done it for a Bangla magazine?
Well, we definitely have a challenge there because our readership is very niche because of the language, since it's not our mother tongue. Yes, in that context I would say that it is a bit difficult, but with Trends I've been lucky so far, because with the sprawling of universities all around, I think even the youngsters are taking quite a keen interest in the magazine, so it's quite a big help in that way.
So do you have to fill up your pages with a lot of international material, or do you get a lot of local generated material?
No, to be honest, the fashion industry it could be small, but it's growing. And things are taking place, things are happening, and no, we don't actually go for much events, and yeah, we don't depend on online stuff much. We do have our own events which is happening all year round. Say for example, not only fashion shows or boutiques sprawling up, we also have food joints coming up. We have a lot of cultural activities going on, everything that is related with our lifestyle. So yeah, in that way it's quite good.
Even a lot of value-added services like hotels with spa and
exactly.
all that is kind of...
And people are taking quite a keen interest in going to these places now.
Right. Even fitness, you have articles on fitness and all that, so
everything, yeah. Food, recipe.
So I'm sure you have a lot of interesting stories that you can reminisce, but what has been some of the most exciting stories that you covered on your magazine?
That's right, there has been many interesting moments, but one I remember was the Paris fashion show. A lot of international models came up here in Dhaka, and a lot of international lines also came here, starting from Balenciaga to other brands as well. That was a very interesting show that I had been to.
One of the biggest shows that Dhaka experienced in recent time, I guess. But I guess fashion shows are very common these days, wouldn't you say so? In Bangladesh, I mean,
absolutely,
local level
yes, shows. In the local level, definitely. But that was a different experience because of the entire cast and crew, I would say, the way they, even,
arranged
the show, the way they were practicing, the way they choreographed it, everything was different. There was something new to learn from there.
Of course. So you deal with a lot of models for your cover story and everything, right? So do you think that the models have become professional over time, or do you think there's more to be done in that arena?
No, actually,
you also promote a lot of fresh faces.
I do, absolutely. And to be honest, I think that they have become a lot more professional than before. And the fashion industry is also paying them the right amount of respect that they actually should have. So yeah, they have become a lot more professional. They come on time. Before, like I started say around 4.5 years back. From then till now, I see that there has been a vast change. They literally ask me if, what look they have to give, what the concept is all about, what clothes they should be wearing, what is the type of makeup that they should be having, whether it's traditional or whether they should go for a mod look. So yeah, in that way, definitely.
You and I both run a magazine, so we both should actually own up to the fact that not all the positions that a magazine needs are filled up with professionals. As in, we need good art directors, right?
Absolutely.
We need good graphics designers. So the people who work behind the scene to actually create the magazine, where do you think the gaps are? And what needs to be done to bring in more creative people in this industry?
The biggest challenge that I face personally is writers. I don't get good writers.
In English?
In English,
right.
I mean. And the second thing is, you see, let's face it, journalism does not really pay you that well. So it has to be a lot of passion for which a person will come into this profession. So even finding a person with that sort of passion is very difficult, because journalism itself is a challenging thing, and then when you're not paid that well.
But I guess TV journalists get more respect for their time, I guess.
Yeah, that you're right about. And though in the print media now things are improving, and we are definitely we're managing to pay them better and everything, still I think that is somewhere that we lack a bit.
What about copyright issues? Do you think more has to be done about copyright, as in anybody can just take an article from your magazine and print it somewhere else? How would you know?
Oh yeah,
how would you stop it?
That has happened also. I've faced that, and yes, copyright issues do come in there because there's nothing we can do about it or say much.
Why do you think nobody's paying any attention to that? Because we're not talking about it as much, I guess.
Yeah, we aren't.
Because we pay the reporters and photographers,
absolutely.
But then somebody can just reprint it.
Yeah, they reprint it, they use the photographs in their own ways, Yeah, it is a very good question, and true, we should be looking into it, but somehow I guess.
Okay.